And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country, April 22nd, 2023. And welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That means Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, the Coach's Corner Facebook page, Twitter at KD Sports Report, YouTube at the Karl DeMasi Sports Report channel. We're all over the place. I'm glad to be back. It's been a tough 3 weeks, but you know what? Battled through it. I'm here. Hopefully the show will go as I planned. I'm not sitting in the Coach's Corner Sound Garden. Still haven't got to that point where I could walk and travel and carry things, but I'm right here in my man cave. Not really a big man cave, but this is where I've spent my last 3 weeks, lounging around, foot propped up, and watching a lot of golf, a lot of baseball, a lot of sports, and be honest with you, bored because I'm not back at work yet, because I am a teacher at heart, and when you're doing something for a long time, you miss it. So once again, I'm glad I could be here today, and we got a great show like we do every week that I'm on live or pre-recorded. Always starts out with news notes, what's going on locally. I try to get 3 steps in the door: high school sports, college sports, pro sports from the area, but sometimes that doesn't happen. And if I want to keep up the pace, it usually doesn't happen. So I'll try and do the best I can. So we'll start off right after I get done introducing the show with local high school sports, 3 steps in the door: high school sports, college sports, pro sports. Okay, guest today, first one up, 9:15. It's the game of the week. We know about the Savannah Bananas. We know about the Savannah Ghost Pirates. But do you know about the Savannah Falcons, the semi-pro football team we have here that is 5-1, playing the game of the week for the Elite American Football League? We'll talk to the man himself, the owner, the head coach, Eddie Cheese Morgan, about 9:15. Then we'll go to our athlete of the week. He just said he's shutting down all his recruiting. He's sticking to, I hope I did that good. He's sticking to his Florida State University commit. And I've watched this kid grow. He was back on my show back in 2017. So it made him like an 8-year-old. So no, had to be 2016. I don't know. We'll find out when he comes on. But this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week goes to Luke Kromenhoek, rising senior at Benedictine, top 50 quarterback in the United States. He's committed to Florida State, shutting down his recruiting process. So we'll find out about that. Then about 9:45, another sport, semi-pro, pro, whatever you want to call it, that we got to talk about. I said bananas. I said Ghost Pirates. We talked about the Falcons. How about the Savannah Clovers? It's been around since 2016. And the man with his partners had a dream to make this a professional soccer company, organization, he's done a great job. Brian Sykes, the CEO, the community chief executive officer for the Savannah Clovers, he'll be on about 9:45. All right, if you have a comment, you got something to say, put it in the comments box, and I'll pop it on the screen. So let's start again. The man himself, he is returning to Savannah, Georgia on Tuesday to bring his Hebron Christian boys soccer team to take on Country Day. Great to see you, Chad. Everything's going great, and I can't wait to see you. Hopefully, I get cleared. Maybe I might make a sneak appearance over there to say hello to you. But Chad Griffin used to be the coach and the AD. He took his stick up to Atlanta. He's doing a great job at Hebron Christian, and that's Chad Griffin. Okay. Next up, we go with the man himself, the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. That's right. Coach's Corner Sports Network has 2 live shows. Okay. That try to go every week. Well, they usually do go every week. That's Rubbin' and Grubbin' with Brandon Bain, produced by Lawrence Bennett. He's the OG of this whole operation. He's the one that came up with the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm happy that I could join them. Then, of course, yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Once a year, if you missed it a couple of weeks back, the Masters, the 19th hole with the Herb brothers. Sean and Brent Herb did a good job. Go to YouTube, look up the 19th hole, and you can catch the 5 straight days those guys went. Okay. Then, of course, 1 podcast. All right. And that's the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with the coach and Kyle Lawson. I haven't started yet, people. I've been under the weather since baseball season started. We'll get that podcast up and going because I know Kyle Lawson's probably, biting at the bit to come on here and talk about baseball, the Braves, his Cubbies, and everything else. Okay, so Once again, Lawrence Bennett, appreciate what you're doing. And just make sure if I mess up, you give me some hints somehow. Phone in the message box. Love you, brother. All right. Avid number one fan of the show. Doesn't miss a Saturday morning. Dennis Kessler, a big Calvary Day School Cavalier fan. Welcome back. Yes, thank you, Dennis. It's been a long 3 weeks, and thank you. I'm going to try and have a great show, and I'm feeling better. Back to the doctor Monday. Hopefully I'll get out of this immobilized cast or immobilized brace so I can get around and walk around. Dennis Kessler, appreciate, buddy, every Saturday morning. And then Chad Griffin, yes, coach. I definitely love to see you, brother. All right, so let's get 3 steps in the door. I got about 6 minutes to get out of here because my first guest should be on at 9:15. There's a lot going on here. Excuse me. There's a lot going on here in Savannah, Georgia, as far as sports go. They tell me there isn't enough sports in Savannah. Give me a break, okay? And it's 3 steps in the door. First, let's kick it off with high school sports because that's my expertise. I think, that's what I think. I don't know what you guys think, okay? But baseball, okay, playoffs are starting this weekend and Monday and Tuesday. Rankings, BC held their own. Number 5, they finished second in a region. They'll be hosting a game. Class 3A, Savannah Christian held their spot at number 2. Calvary Day School dropped to number 4. They'll both be hosting first-round playoffs. All right. Soccer rankings, Savannah Arts Academy girls, they're number 6. They're still in. In boys 3A, Savannah Country Day School's number 7. Savannah Christian's number 9. Woodville Tompkins, number 7 in soccer, okay? Lacrosse, BC, ranked number 2. Country Day, number 7. So ironic that they played for the area championship, and BC came away with a 15-9 win. Heard it was a great game. So once again, Benedictine, number 1 seed, number 1 will be hosting Savannah Country Day. Also will be hosting Richmond Hill was playing Lakeside Evans. So is there anybody out there listening? If you know the final score, Richmond Hill was playing in the 5A, 6A area championship with Lakeside Evans. If you got a score, let me know. Put it in the comment box. I'd love to post that. Don't forget Prep Sports Report. The Prep Sports Report. That is my baby. This is how it all started way back in 2000. I started a magazine, and with Deb Morrell, I've carried along. There have been a couple of changes here and there, but I'm back. We picked it up and revamped the whole thing back in 2020 with Stephen Weeks. Go check it out. A lot of good articles. Nathan Dominus has jumped on board as a freelance writer, so go check it out. But we have the John Carr Seaport Real Estate Baseball Players of the Week. I'm telling you, we've been doing it 9 weeks. Last week was the last week of the season, so we have one more week of the Baseball Players of the Week. But last week, Tyler Goldrick from Richmond Hill, the kid had like a 600 batting average. He was off the wall. And Savannah Christian's Eli Brown, Mercer commit. Oh, Tyler Goldrick is going to go play football. So starting quarterback from Richmond Hill. So they got a lot of talent, both 2-sport athletes, probably 3-sport if they want to choose another sport. Eli Brown on the mound against Country Day in a big region game. Went 5 innings, struck out 10, no hits. So pretty impressive by those 2 young men. Remember, prepsportsreport.com. Go check it out. There's a bunch of stories on there. Middle school sports. Got to send out a congratulations to the Tybee Island Maritime Academy baseball team, winning the Savannah Christian. I do apologize. Winning the Savannah Chatham County Public Schools Middle School Tournament. If you know anything about TEMA, I wrote an article back in October on the Prep Sports Report. Their softball team won the championship. First year in existence, this athletic program. Pretty impressive out there at Tybee Island Maritime Academy. In soccer, okay, middle school soccer. All right, SPAL, I think the SPAL playoffs are coming off this week, the Savannah Parochial Athletic League. But Savannah Chatham County Public School had their middle school soccer championships. STEM Academy girls, once again, I think they won 5 out of the last 6. They're a winner. The Ravens, and of course, Coastal Middle School boys with a big win over the STEM Academy. They are the middle school champions, okay? Baseball playoffs, round 1, starting today. It has to be finished by, I think, Tuesday, okay? Bryan County is at Crawford County. That's in 1 class, Georgia High School State Association, Class A, Division 1, okay? In AAA, Country Day is traveling to Morgan County. Calvary Day School is hosting Richmond Academy, and Savannah Christian is hosting. They finished number 1. They won the region, but I don't know who they're playing yet. It has been posted on the Georgia High School State Association website. In 4A, BC hosts Whitewater. Islands is on the road at Stars Mills. In 6A, South Effingham is at Tift County. And in 7A, Richmond Hill today at 12 o'clock hosts Campbell High School. Go to Low Country Radio on the internet, and you can listen to my man, Charlie Moon, and Brock Vanderway give you the play-by-play, okay? So that's on the internet. Check it out, all right? As far as the Georgia Association of Private and Parochial Association baseball playoffs, they don't start till April 28th. Abersham School is in. And in the Georgia Independent Athletic Association, St. Andrews and Memorial Day are in. They don't start that till May 1st. Soccer playoffs, Elite 8, okay, is this week in the girls. I'm running out of time, so it's only going to be probably high school sports, 3 steps in the door. Savannah Arts Academy hosts Athens Academy on Monday. Girls games on Monday. Usually it's a 5 p.m. kickoff or maybe 6 p.m. AAA, Savannah Country Day host Hebron. In AAA, Richmond Hill, in 7A, Richmond Hill, 16-0. They're not even ranked. Lady Wildcats will host Denmark. Okay, on the boys' side, Tuesday, Woodville Tompkins host Armucci. Gotta love that. Armucci. Okay. In AAA, okay, I just messed up. The Savannah Country Day girls are on the road. The Savannah Country Day boys will be hosting Hebron because I told you Chad Griffin will be returning. Benedictine host East Hall, and Richmond Hill boys take on Lambert. Okay. Let me get this straight here. I messed up. Let me go to my notes again. I do apologize. First time, then 2 weeks back in the saddle again. Let's see. Let me see if I can find my notes here. I'll get where the Savannah Country Day Lady Hornets play. Quickly, tennis, Sweet 16 has to be finished by Tuesday. Girls, Bryan County's at Irwin County in Class A. Class AA, Savannah Arts Academy is at Brennan. In AAA, Savannah Christian's at Columbus Thomasville. Savannah Christian is at Columbus. Savannah Country Day hosts Thomasville. And St. Vincent's at Mary Persons. And in 6A, Effingham's at Marist. In boys, tennis, okay, Savannah Christian's at Mary Persons. Upson Lee is at Savannah Country Day. Islands is at West Lawrence in AAA. Benedictine hosts Perry, in 4A. In 6A, Effingham's at Marist. And in 7A, Richmond Hill goes to Harrison. Track and golf, they all got to finish their areas, and that'll all kick off at the end of the month. Okay, so bass fishing, last qualifier was last week. So on Lake Hartwell, we have 5 teams, I'm pretty sure, will going to the Bass Fishing Championships on May 20th at Clarks Hills Lake. We have Richmond Hill has 3 teams. Effingham County has 1 team. And the brother team of the Guns from Savannah Christian will be in the Bass Fishing State Championships. All right, I'll come back and do college and pros later on. Got my man waiting to come on here, so I got to go to the commercials. Haven't done it in 2 weeks. Got to thank my sponsors. But once again, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports. Whoa, TV timeout. We will be talking to the man himself with the game of the week, because not many people know that we have a semi-pro football team here that's 5-1, that's been around for 4 or 5 years, about 3 or 4 years, whatever. He'll get me straight. But they're playing tonight in the game of the week for the Elite American Football League Game of the Week show. So check it out. Go to the internets, Savannah Falcons semi-pro football. Check it out. But we're going to have the man himself, Eddie Cheese Morgan, on next talking about it. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And I'm back in the saddle again. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991, is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From Cut and Get Equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Heard every Saturday. Well, the last 3 weeks been pretty tough, last 4 weeks, but usually every Saturday right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right. Coach's Corner Sports Network has 4 shows. We got 2 live every Wednesday night. NASCAR, Rubbing and Grubbing with Brandon Bain, 6 to 7 o'clock. Then on Saturday mornings with the coach, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Then we have one live that goes, we have another live show that only goes once a year, the Herb Brothers 19th hole, run by the OG of this Coach's Corner Sports Network, Lawrence Bennett. Check it out on YouTube. And then, of course, podcast, Who's on First Base Baseball Podcast with the coach, Karl DeMasi, and, of course, the baseball fanatic Kyle Lawson. But due to the fact that since baseball season started, I've been laid up on and off. We haven't really done it yet. We will start hopefully at the end of the month. Okay, so we know Savannah Bananas. We know Savannah Ghost Pirates. But do you know there are other teams that play sports here, semi-professional and professional? And I don't know if they get any love. But I know when I post stuff on Twitter or on Facebook or on Instagram, this next team blows it up for me. And we don't really know about it. Well, I know about it. I know it's about it since I've got it, because I think I coached against this young man way back when in my Groves heyday. But, the Savannah Falcons semi-pro football team. Go check it out on Facebook. Go check it out on Instagram. I got to get this guy to get on Twitter, because Twitter really, has a big follow, but I can't find the Falcons handle there. But I just put up a great picture of this young guy. I mean, he's working his butt off. This is like the 3rd year they're in existence. They played a handful of games in the International American Football League. Then they jumped over to the Elite American Football League. They've been in the playoffs, and they got a big game tonight. So he's going to tell us all about it. Joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the man himself, the owner, Eddie Cheese Morgan, and also the head coach. What's up, Eddie? How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, Coach?
Hey, it's Saturday morning. I'm not laying in a chair. I've been laid up for 3 weeks, so I'm getting to talk sports, local sports. And you know what? I came up with the idea, I think it was Monday and Tuesday. Let's talk about the other sports. We know about the Bananas. We know about the Ghost Pirates. What about the Falcons? What about the Clovers? I mean, so that's why I wanted to have you on. And I know you got a big game because I follow it every week. It's the game of the week for the Elite American Football League. You're taking on the Northwest Georgia
Northeast Georgia Wolverines.
Northeast Georgia Wolverines, who I read a little synopsis this morning. They're predicted to go undefeated. Now, quick question. They said you were supposed to play on April 8th. Was that game canceled for a reason?
Yeah, it was canceled. We were supposed to do a doubleheader in Hardyville, but it never we never could get the time situated, with everything else like that. So then I had to reschedule, and then soccer, the Clovers, Tormenta, we talking about everybody, lacrosse, everything in town is pretty much booked up, for a while now. And so so I just thought about moving it to Augusta, which is about 2 hours away from us, 2 hours away from them. So I figure Augusta, neutral field. I've seen it done in college. I ain't never seen it done in semi-pro. So, hey, might as well try it out.
Hey, we're talking about Savannah Bananas. They're going all over the United States, and they're packing it out. So, it's a great idea, and you want to play the game, which you'll see how the Augusta area takes semi-pro football. All right, first of all, tell people about Eddie Cheese Morgan. Your background. I know, Coach. I played against you, so give them, because let's talk about it. It's pretty good football. I've gone out there. You guys are really dominating this year.
Right. It's Coach, it's a building process. We the third year. It's our third year right here, going into like I said, the first 2 years we've been in the playoffs every year. But for me personally, I grew up here in Savannah, went to Beach High. Like I said, played under Coach Hawthorne. So, and then took a year off once I graduated in 2008, and then took off, started coaching in 2010. I played against you, coached against you. So it's been a great relationship with me and you. So, like I said, and I started it, just off of just the love of football. I coached at Beach for, what I want to say, 6 years, from 2010 about 2016. So I got the background, the coaching. I just never went back to school, to get the degree, to be hired by the school system, stuff like that. And so I just started up the team, just to really give guys another outlet to play football that's not really, doing nothing else. Arena ball, overseas ball, XFL, UXFL. That's my main focus, is to getting the guys out of Savannah. Like I said, next year I don't want the same team. I think I said that last year. I don't want the same team.
You said that last year too, right?
Right. I don't want the same team every year. I want guys going to bigger and better places, doing bigger and better things. I can always build a team, but I need the guys. You can't get back everything else in your years past. So we're just trying to get everything built.
And if you're just joining me on the internets, okay, as we say up in New York, the internets, okay, I'm talking to the head coach owner of the Savannah Falcons semi-pro football team. They play in the Elite American Football League, and there's a ton of teams in there, so it's not a makeup league, people. It's legit. So you got to check him out. Eddie Cheese Morgan, former Beach Bulldog, coached by my good friend Ulysses Hawthorne. And when I was at Groves, the only team we could not beat, we beat all the other public schools. I never lost to any other public schools except for Beach. I was 3-2 against Beach. So, Hawthorne and you guys had my number. So, but anyway, tell us about the guys. Anybody standing out? Anybody people should know? Any local standout players for you guys?
Well, we still got, the crazy part about it, we've been around 3 years. I still got 90% of the guys I started with. Crazy part about it, we still have Mari Lassen. He came back this year. We still got Devon King that's been around the area for at least 10 years, 10 plus years. Still got George Grant, supposed to be his last year playing in contact. We still got a bunch of local guys, and we still got some guys that's been on the team that's turned into local stars. That's because they stay here. Most of my guys stay around the area. And most of my guys been just been hanging with me. That's really where our success comes from. Is we built a culture, And one of my players be telling me that all the time, and I really just haven't really understood it till just now. We build a culture, and it's a winning culture. So, I mean, it all comes from locally. It all comes from me. I mean, because we don't never give in to our opponent. Like, we always gonna give a fight, whether it's 15 guys or 30 guys. I mean, the culture is crazy this year. It's just crazy. It's just everybody knows their position.
You talk about culture. You got some guys checking in on you. We got Pupak Shakur, Savannah Falcons.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
Coach
sir.
Pooh.
We got
that's Coach Pooh.
Knockout King. Okay. We got Deontay Mincy checking in. So they're checking up South Carolina. The South Carolina Cavaliers are checking in. So we got people checking out here, Coach. So you are making a name for yourself. All right, quickly. We got about 2 minutes to go here. 2-minute drill, okay? You know how to do that stuff, right? Tonight's game. Tell us about the Northeast Wolverines, and they come in undefeated. You come in at 5-1. What's this mean? If people want to go, where do they need to go, and how much it is to get in?
Tonight we're gonna play in Augusta, Georgia, at Lions Memorial Field. It's against the Northeast Georgia Wolverines. This game has been circled on the calendar pretty much all year. We knew coming in they was gonna be kind of undefeated, maybe lost a game. We figured we would be undefeated, maybe lost a game. So you're looking at two of the top teams from Georgia in the league playing tonight. And we game of the week, so it'll be live stream on YouTube on Buford's Own, which is he's actually out of Beaufort, South Carolina, which is another local person doing the live stream for game of the week. Like I said, and I'll be sharing the live stream probably around 5:50 to all my groups. I know you'll share it. I know you'll be watching. So it's going to be a great game, great atmosphere. Like I said, it's number 7 in the league. Out of 40 teams, we number 7, and they're number 2.
Should be good. I don't know if he's I don't know if this is one of your players, but JR Hughes telling us
straight beast, coach. Straight beast.
Savannah strong. So hey, Coach Eddie, I've told you this a number of times. You've established the coach. You've established an organization that is going strong. People come out to the game. I know you won't be back home till May 6th. You're on the road next week up at Effingham. What are you going to play next week in Effingham? Where do you play?
Probably Hardyville.
Hardyville?
Yeah.
All right. So send me the information. You're doing a great job. Hopefully people will catch on to the Savannah Falcons, and they play at the Nest. Where's the Nest? Memorial Stadium. So you can't miss it. But keep up the great job, and I'll talk to you. And once again, I can't. People are throwing comments out here. Anderson Johnson. Okay.
Another one. Headhunter.
So our producer, Lawrence Bennett, good luck. So people are checking you out, Coach. Keep it going strong, and I appreciate everything you do. Anything I can do for you, let me know. And once again, good luck tonight up there in Augusta, and I hope you bring back that W, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. Planning on it. I appreciate you, Coach.
Hey, anything I can need to help you out? Oh, don't forget, you also got merchandise too, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Essentials, we have a team store, and we do Essentials AF, which is right out of Port Wentworth. You get a hat, get a pullover. I'll personally deliver your shirt, Coach. I got you.
All right. Well, once again, just go to the Savannah Falcons Semi-Pro Football page on Facebook. It'll get you to get all the stuff, all the information. Keep up the great work. Good luck tonight, Coach.
I'll get with you on that on Twitter too, Coach. I'm going to get that Twitter up for you.
You got to, because a lot of people check that out too.
Yeah, I got to get that Twitter for you, Coach. I got you.
All right. Good luck. I'll be watching.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Eddie Cheese Morgan, okay? Beach Bulldog himself started the Savannah Falcons Semi-Pro football team. It's pretty good football, people. You got to go check it out. They do a great job. They're the game of the week. Check it out. EAFL, the Elite American Football League. It's on the internet. They'll be on YouTube tonight. Check it out. And a lot of local talent on the Savannah Falcons football team. Talk about local talent. Next up, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. He's going to get me straight here because I know Zaquan Bryan got me straight, but many years ago, he might have been 7, 8, 9 years old. I had him on my show as the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. He's coming back, but this time, one of the top 50 quarterbacks in the United States. He's been recruited by a number of high-profile programs, even the Georgia Bulldogs. But you know what? He's going to stay to his first commitment. That was Florida State University. He ceased the recruiting process, but I just got to talk to him about it. I mean, because this kid's probably been recruited since he's in 8th grade. So we'll find out. My Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week coming up in 3 minutes from Benedictine Military School, rising senior. I can't believe I'm saying another rising senior, and that's Luke Kromenhoek. And it took me about 500 times to learn that when he was 8 years old, but I know how to say it now. He'll be up next in 3 minutes. Stay tuned. I got to thank my sponsors. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah, the Coastal Empire, the Low Country, wherever you may be in this area. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, April 22nd, 2023, and I'm glad to be back in the saddle again. It's been a tough 3 weeks for this old guy, but I'm back here doing it. I'm not live. I am live, but not at Coach's Corner Soundgarden, which has been my home for the last 3 years. But I'm in my, I guess you want to call it your man cave, my den. I call it my TV room, whatever. I'm the old guy, but it's always fun being back. Got to thank Eddie Cheese Morgan of the Savannah Falcons semi-pro football team. Tonight on YouTube, if you can't get to Augusta, they're playing in the Elite American Football League game on YouTube. Check it out. You got to love it. And what else? Football. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. Many years ago, I had this young man on as he'll give me the right age. You know, I'm old. I'm forgetting what it is. But I remember him being there. And it was a lot of fun with Zaquan Bryan. I think Lamont Samuels. I don't know. He'll straighten me out. But, you know, the recruiting process in the United States has gone crazy. I remember many years ago, probably 10 years ago, I wrote an article for the Prep Sports Report website or magazine when it was. A 6-year-old was being recruited out in California. Are you kidding me? Well, this young man's been recruited since, I think, 8th grade. He'll get me straight if I have the wrong information. But you know what? He's got a linebacker's mentality because that's what he played because he was the backup quarterback to Holden Gerner. Last year, he got his chance, brought home the championship. I mean, he threw for 2,576 yards, 24 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. He ran for 453 yards, and sometimes he runs like a fullback. So I know it makes Coach Danny Brick cringe a little because your quarterback running like a fullback, I don't know if he wanted that. You know, he was co-offensive player of the year of the region. He was AJC first team. He's got all these accolades. You go to the Athletic on the internet. You go to FSU game day. I mean, there's so much information about this kid. It's unbelievable. I mean, plus the schools, okay? Besides Florida State, you had Coastal Carolina, Georgia Tech, Georgia, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Penn State, Tennessee, University of Central Florida, Virginia Tech, Clemson, Duke. If I missed anybody, man, the list can go on and on with this young man. But he's a rising senior at Benedictine Military School, and I'm glad I'm bringing him back. His buddy Saquon's hanging out in Minnesota this weekend for their spring game. This week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week rising. I call him a standout athlete because he loves to play basketball too, but we know it's football. Is going to be senior, Luke Kromenhoek. Luke, how's it going?
Yes, sir. It's going good. Thank you for having me on.
I mean, it's a pleasure. How old were you when you came on the first time when I was on the radio?
I think it was 7 or 8. I'm pretty sure.
And it was Zacon Bryant. And the third athlete was?
Nasir Samuels.
Nasir Samuels, not Lamont Samuels. It's
Yes,
Lamont. What's Lamont's last name?
Mitchell.
Well,
Yes,
I'm the OJ. I screw up it all the time. But you know what? It's fun doing this. It's getting you guys this recognition. But, buddy, you don't need the recognition. I mean, you know, what's life like being a top high school football recruit? And, I mean, you're all over the place. I mean, I can't keep up with how much material is out there about you.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's for sure a dream come true. You know, just all the hours and stuff that, you know, me and all the people around me helping me have spent working and, you know, just it kind of paying off and, you know, being at the spot that I want to be at and, you know, being able to do what I want to do and, you know, kind of just continuing to chase my dream. It's been an unbelievable experience.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot going on with you, buddy. I you know, and I know reading last night and, you know, of course, you know, I try to absorb everything, but now you're in the top 50 top quarterbacks in the United States. I mean, just your rise has been unbelievable, but do you think that matters? Do you think the 4 stars matters? Or you just think that, you know, people know who you are and what you do on the field is what really counts?
Yes, sir. Personally, in my opinion, I don't really pay too much attention to the ranking or the stars or anything like that. You know, it's just not really my thing. I feel like all people really need to know is how you play on the field and, you know, how you perform on the field. I think that's all that really matters in the end. So I try not to look at all the stars or anything like that.
Well, you know, I know you. I've met you a couple of times. I met your dad, okay, and Dad's a big bruising guy. Played what? I think defensive end in college up there at UMass.
Yes, sir.
You got his mentality though. Why not play defense instead of playing a quarterback?
So obviously, you know, grew up in a defensive household, so it was always kind of ingrained into me to be the hammer, not the nail. You know, so I always grew up thinking, you know, I'm going to play linebacker. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a defensive guy just like my dad and my brother. But, you know, kind of just in middle school, I could really just throw the ball super, super far. And so we ended up going to a coach down in Florida and you know, we wanted to get a fair evaluation on whether or not I could play quarterback or not. Or if I just needed to focus on linebacker. And, you know, we went through a 2-day training session with the coach and, you know, after it, he told my dad that I need to be playing quarterback and it's something that I need to continue to do. And so ever since then, it's kind of been all in on quarterback.
Yeah, but Coach Britt wouldn't let you sit on the sidelines behind Holden. He made sure you got somewhere on the field. Your freshman and your freshman and sophomore years. So, but I mean, also, I mean, you got an arm. Coach Farman didn't get you to play baseball.
They tried. It's just with the whole football thing early on. 7-on-7 was a huge part in helping me get recruited. And that kind of conflicted with the baseball season. And I didn't want to be that kid that, misses the Saturday practices and, the weekend games because I'm out doing football and, take a spot from another kid who's been there for all the practices and stuff like that. So I feel like, it was kind of in my best interest to just stick to football. And, I didn't really feel like, messing up another kid's situation. So I just decided to sit out from baseball.
Oh, all right. So, people don't know though, you play basketball like you're a linebacker. You're like you go back to the Bruise Brothers. When I was growing up, we had the Detroit Pistons and Bill Lambier and Dennis Rodman. So, you also played basketball. If you had to choose a sport, I know you're going to say football, but wouldn't basketball be right up there?
Basketball is up there. I really do enjoy playing basketball, and that's kind of why I stuck with it for so long. It's fun being out there on that court and just playing. And I feel like, in a basketball environment, it's kind of a different environment than football. Everybody's in a gym and it's all close and stuff like that, close quarters. So it's a fun experience, and especially playing basketball at BC with the Cadet Crazies there. It's a really fun experience.
Well, I've coached football, basketball, a number of sports my whole life. When I was coaching boys basketball, I wanted a football player. I wanted someone that was going to be physical. I wanted somebody that was not afraid to get hit. Basketball, quote unquote, it's not a physical sport. It's a physical sport. So I'm surprised Coach Dustin hasn't got you to go play lacrosse. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you're just tuning in, I'm talking to Luke Kromenhoek, rising senior at Benedictine Military School. Just closed his recruiting process, has committed to, as you see, Florida State. You got to go there, and he's he's coming up to his senior season. So now that this is out of the way, what are you going to do now to get ready for your senior year?
Yes, sir. So I've been in the gym a lot recently, just trying to build more muscle and kind of get prepared for the next season as well as college, and just put on muscle because I want to go into college. When you go into college, you have to be able to take hits from some big old dudes. So I'm just trying to get in yeah, for sure. And I'm just trying to get in the weight room and kind of get my weight up and just build my body up to be able to take those type of hits. As well as I've been going to Jacksonville with Coach Denny Thompson at 6 points and just trying to perfect my craft in there. And I've been working out with him almost, for a couple years now. And I go in once every week. And so just going in there and trying to perfect my craft and, make sure that my mechanics are right. And, he also teaches me to learn the game and the coverages and stuff like that. So any chance I can get in there, I tend to do that.
You just knocked off my next question. What are you doing about your quarterback skills? But you just did that. Okay. Just a quick question. Did Dad give you the football and Mom give you the football when you rolled out of the crib, or when did you start getting involved in football and basketball?
Yeah, it was pretty much straight out of the crib. It was the football or any type of ball in my hand. And then really, Dad was the one who really started to introduce it. Later on around 6. He had me and my brother in the front yard in pads hitting each other and doing Oklahoma drills and stuff like that. Just with him playing football in college and stuff like that, it was always me and my brother's dream to kind of do what he did and, kind of chase after what he had. And both of us had the dream of going to play college football. So he's really the one who put it on us the most and really introduced us.
Yeah, I know we got the tackle ring now because we got to do the correct and I believe in it. You got to see what you hit. You got to keep your head up. But he probably gave you guys a blocking W or a tackling W when you guys out of the crib. Forget about the football. So
Yes, sir.
All right, so quarterback. I know linebacker. You've been aggressive, but quarterback. Anybody you pattern your quarterback type? Anybody you look up to that you might want to emulate?
I tend to think, it's a pretty crazy thing, but I try to model my game after after Josh Allen.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think he's an unbelievable athlete, and what he can do on that field is unbelievable. So I try to model my game after him, but I'm also a huge fan of Joe Burrow. I think that I love how he plays the game, and I love his confidence, and I think that's really awesome. So I try to model my game after both of those guys.
All right. The reason why I wanted to get you on here, okay, is, I mean, you've had a lot of big-time interest from a lot of colleges. I'm not going to go down each one and tell me why you chose this one, try this one, but why Florida State?
I went to Florida State. They were my first offer, so, it hit home a little bit just with them being the first to believe in me. I hadn't played a snap or at quarterback or anything like that or taken any reps really, and I went to a camp and they offered me and they believed in me first over everybody. So that was definitely a big part in it. But just the culture that they have over there and the coaching staff, every time we went there, we were treated like family, and that was huge to me. And I just felt like where the program was heading was where I wanted to be. I feel like they're on the rise again. We're starting to get a lot of great recruits, and the fan base is amazing, one of the best in college football, and just the tradition that they have is super rich, and I really, really like that. And then, just everything that they're doing there, they're building in a new indoor facility and stuff like that would be open my year, 2024. So when I get there, I'll be able to take the wrapper off of the new facility, and just kind of stuff like that, and just the type of people that are a part of that program, and how they treated me and the family made me really feel like it was home. So that's why I chose it.
Is that your phone or my phone?
I'm not sure.
Okay, it went away. No, that's the internet's, anything can happen on the internet. So all right. So first school off you grew to what's going on there. Kalen Deloach have anything to do with this?
Yeah, just we've talked a little bit here and there. Kalen's an awesome dude and a great kid and an unbelievable football player. Just at the spring game this past weekend, he had a forced fumble and a scoop and score as well as a pick six. So he was definitely a little bit. It was actually funny. There's a picture of me in like sixth grade, and Kalen's in the in coach's corner with the whole FSU staff, and I went over and got a picture with the FSU staff.
Nice.
And so I thought that was a pretty cool picture. They have that picture over there now, and they think it's hilarious. But just seeing that Kalen could do it, and we've talked a little bit here and there, and he's told me that it's an unbelievable place and all that good stuff. So he's played a little bit of a role in it, and he's also a super great person, a super great player.
Very, very laid back off the field. Very laid back.
Sure,
on the
sure.
field, different person. Yeah. All right. So, how many official visits did you make? Not just to Florida State.
There was a couple times to Florida State, a couple times to Georgia. I've been to Alabama here and there, Coastal Carolina, of course, and just a whole bunch of other places.
Anything different when they recruit you? Did they all do the same process, same little events, or is it totally different?
It's different at some places, but pretty much the overall thing is, every place you're going to go, you get treated like a king. You and your family, they roll out the red carpets. There's always somebody, a recruiting person attached to your hip in case you need anything at all. And it's a fun thing to be able to have, and just, to be able to go to these places and get treated like that. It's pretty nice. All
right. 2 questions left.
Yes, sir.
Any advice that stood out for you from Coach Britt, from the coaches at Benedictine, your mom, your dad, your brother, anything that stood out the most about making his choice to go to FSU?
They, of course, with the family, we had a whole bunch of long conversations about it. And the decision was mine, is what my parents would always tell me. It's wherever I'm happy, they're going to be happy. Just kind of stuff like that. And, I talked with Coach Britt as well. And, he spent a ton of time with the coaching staff at FSU, just talking when they come in to visit. And, everybody was super supportive of my decision, and, they were all very, very happy for me.
All right. So, you're not going anywhere yet. You got your senior year coming up. The recruiting process now is shut down, so that's off your back. What are you looking forward to this year? Another championship? But remember, don't beat Josh Allen, okay? Keep that bullseye in front of you so you don't get hurt there, buddy.
Yes, sir. The end goal is definitely to win another state championship, but Coach Britt probably wouldn't like me saying that. So we're going to say it's one game at a time, one practice at a time. That's kind of what Coach Britt preaches. So we'll go with that, and kind of just, taking over as that leader and, hopefully being able to lead the team to another state championship would be unbelievable, especially in my senior season. But for now, we'll just go one workout at a time, one practice at a time, and one game at a time.
I know Coach Britt's, an OG. He's an old guy, that old type of coach that believes it's one game at a time, because if you don't get the first 10, you're not going to get the second 5. So you got to really go for it. So, hey, congratulations.
Yes,
it's a lot of fun following what's going on with you. I know we'll talk during the season, and once again, have a great season. And, I got a good friend, Wendy Helly. That's such a diehard FSU fan. When she heard I had you on, she was ecstatic. So, people are following around here, big guy, and keep it up. And congratulations again. And, as they say over there, go Cadets.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thanks for taking the time, Luke. I'll see you around town. Just a great kid. I mean, the recruiting is unbelievable. How much information you can find on one kid is unbelievable. Just put in Luke Kromenhoek. You'll see everything comes up. All right. Like I said to start the show, we talk about Savannah Bananas all the time. We talk about the Savannah Ghost Pirates all the time. While we had the Savannah Falcons, the semi-pro football team, on, let's finish it out. Let's kick the ball around on the pitch and talk about a team that's been around here since 2016, and they're up at the next level. This program has grown. This organization has grown to be a professional program now. Pretty impressive. With the man himself, the CEO or the community executive, I don't know. He's probably got 20,000 titles. He'll be up next in 3 minutes, and we're going to be talking about the Savannah Clovers, the football club, the soccer football club, with what's going on this year in their inaugural professional soccer season. We'll be back 3 minutes with the man himself, Brian Sykes. Stay tuned. 3 minutes. Got to thank the sponsors. Brian knows what that's about. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991, is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Glad to be back. It's been a tough 3.5 weeks for me, but I'm glad I could do this in the confines of my man cave, my den, my TV room. But as everybody, they got to call somebody. So I'm not live at Coach's Corner yet, but I can't wait to get back to that Soundgarden stage, to be out there in the heat and the gnats, and just like I was in the 19-degree weather. But you know what? I've said this at the beginning of the show. It's time to talk about the other sports we have here. We know about the Bananas. We know about the Ghost Pirates. I hopefully gave you some info about the Savannah Falcons semi-pro football team. Well, how about the Savannah Clovers? They've been around since 2016. I mean, they're a professional soccer team now. I mean, the team was founded by a bunch of guys. I think this man was probably the culprit that got this all together. Let's go kick a ball around. Well, kick a clover around. So, I mean, they played in the United Premier Soccer League for 5 seasons. So this is a big feather in our cap, or a big goal scored in our cap in Savannah, Georgia, to have a professional soccer team here now. So joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, okay, is the man himself, Brian Sykes. What's up, Brian? How's it going?
Hey, good morning. How's it going, Carl? Thanks for having me again. Hey,
it's always a pleasure getting you on here. I remember way back when you started doing this and getting everything together. I mean, it's a big plus for you, buddy. And your perseverance and you getting the community to believe in what you're doing has been something special. And it's come to fruition. And did you ever think this would happen?
Wow, man. Yeah, it's been a really, really cool journey. From the beginning, we always wanted to push the team to be at the highest level we could get. So starting off as an amateur team, playing Sunday league soccer, just picking up guys and kicking the ball around, and then jumping to UPSL, like you mentioned in your intro. And then eventually, after COVID hit and getting through all that, being able to be lucky enough to jump into the professional ranks with the National Independent Soccer Association. So it's been a really, really cool journey, and we've got a long way to go still.
All right. I need your help here, because I was trying to figure out the last couple of days, what's the structure? Okay, you got a CEO. There's another guy with a CEO. There's another guy with a COO. What's the structure over there at the Savannah Clovers?
Right. So we have of course, we have a CEO, COO, and myself, the Chief Community Officer. Shane Falgado is the CEO of the club. Jeff Tavolt has been the COO of the club for a while now. And going back to 2016, meet a couple of guys, Coach Phil Higgins from Savannah United. We founded the club back in 2016 as an amateur team. So we just sort of grew it. And over time, we just picked up more people helping us out, volunteering. And so we just got in a really, really good place where we were able to, find, a person that, really believes in the club, believes in the city, and wanted to really push us into the professional ranks. So now we've got a good staff, we've got players, they're paid, they're taken care of, so it's one of the situations where our story is similar to that of Chattanooga FC and Detroit City FC, where they started off as amateur teams as well, and now they're professional, playing in 2nd and 3rd division. So we're really lucky to be joining them in that sort of category.
All right, I don't want to butcher his name, but the Chief Executive Officer again?
Shane Falgado.
Falgado, nice Italian name. Is he Italian?
Shane is Portuguese, and okay. he came from South Africa. So we first met him while he was living in South Africa, and he had an interest in the club and the city. And good on him, because at the end of the day, he moved his whole family here. He uprooted his family and moved them here to Savannah. So he made a big commitment to the club. Not just from South Africa, but moving here and being here with the club. So we're really, really appreciative of the sacrifices he's made to be here on the ground.
So he's the man that's in charge of the whole kit and caboodle. And now now you get the chief community officer. What's your responsibilities as far as the organization goes?
Right. So I have a number of obligations to the club when it comes to match day, when it comes to helping out with sponsors, and then of course when it comes to connecting to the things that we want to do in the community. We have a really, really good relationship with Cumulus Radio here in Savannah. We're partnering with them on a lot of community initiatives. We have a student night coming up on the 29th of this month. Our next home game is going to be a student night, so we're really, really excited about that. That'll get formally announced this coming Monday or Tuesday. Then there's other things that we're going to do for our title nights where we want to give back to the community when it comes to we have a Kick Hunger event that's going to be happening at one of our games coming up later this season, along with a pack a backpack or a school supply drive that we're going to be doing as part of our home game. So we really want to take the beautiful thing about soccer, the community part of it, and really not just put it on the stamp on the club, but really say, hey, this is what we're doing for the community. This is how we want to give back, and this is how we invite our fans to give back as well.
I mean, and that's the whole idea. I mean, we know Tormenta's doing their thing up in Statesboro, and we really didn't have anybody down here in Savannah, Georgia. So now we got the Clovers. So you have to put a team together. And of course, the guy that's in charge of the team, you guys got so many people in charge of everything, okay, is David Proctor. Tell us about Coach Proctor. I mean, this is his first year doing this, right? Here in Savannah.
Yes, this is David Proctor's, I believe, his first head coaching job. I know it's something that he's always wanted to do, and he's been building toward it as along his career. Yeah, Coach is he comes to us by way of England. He's lived in the United States for a number of years now. He's played at Richmond Kickers in his playing career. He's coached at Charleston Battery. He's coached at Nashville when they were in USL. He's coached at Tormenta as well. And, we just got, really lucky finding someone, as capable as Coach Proctor to be part of this organization. So, for Shane, Jeff, and myself, when we talk to people and try to figure out who they are, we try to figure out, if they fit that ethos, that Clover's ethos that we're trying to build. And instantaneously, we felt, Coach Proctor fit that ethos, and we're really, really lucky to have him.
Nice. And about the team, I mean, you got a bunch of guys coming in here. I mean, a lot of new guys coming in here. Tell us about the team, standouts, how that's been gelling.
Yeah, so we started off with a couple of tryouts, just to bring in some local faces, give opportunities to players here in Savannah and the surrounding area. At the same time, our coaching staff, they were doing a lot of scouting, watching a lot of games, and trying to pinpoint players that they wanted to bring in. So at the end of the day, we went with a lot of players. We found about 2 or 3 players that came from the trials, which was really, really good. And then the coaching staff, through their scouting, they found a number of players that sort of fit the mold of how we want to play as a club, and to sort of the on-field culture that we wanted to build. So you're talking about guys that have played pro before, like Shannon Wright, guys that have played pro before, like Jack Pondy up in Charleston Battery. And then you have guys who are, players that are coming out of college, like Alex Zarita is one of the wingers. We have players that have played pro as well. Mason Moyers, who played up in Syracuse in the same league.
Nice.
So bringing a lot of different players from a lot of different parts of the country. Those guys have been able to gel really well in the first couple of weeks. We were really lucky to get them in early in preseason, maybe about almost 2 months before the season started. Nice. Get them in. It's a brand new club. Had to figure some things out, of course, but to bring them in early so they could gel, get some games underneath their belt. They really developed their own culture, their own friendships, and everything. So we're really, really proud of them for coming in, committing, being a part of the plan, believing in the plan, and going forward and starting the season off on a good foot. Nice.
Anybody locally though? You said you tried to get some local players.
Yeah, we have a local player by the name of Alex Woods. He's a amateur player here. He played for us at United as a youth player. He came to the first tryout, and he kept coming back. Coach kept inviting him back to all the tryouts as an amateur player. So we're really, really proud of him. He showed a lot of gusto, a lot of guts out there on the field, going up against players who were trying out that were already professional players. So he stood out in the trials, and he made the team, and we're happy to have him. He's been able to get some minutes too in games, which is really, really good.
Alex Woods, one of my former students from Islands High School. Yeah, he was phenomenal. I mean, you could tell doing this for such a long time. I don't have to tell you, but you could always tell whatever sport you're watching as being an old G, an old guy, an old coach. You could tell that player that has the ability that is one step above everybody else and has a chance at the next level. And that's great. Alex Woods. I got to make sure I note that on the Islands High School page that Alex is playing professional soccer. That's cool. That's really good. I know when you said the name, I said, I know that name. So, of course, handy dandy internet, there he is. So
there you go.
That's great. So if you're just tuning in on the internet, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. I'm talking to Brian Sykes, the CEO, the Community Executive Officer of the Savannah Clovers, entering their first year professional soccer. Okay, now, first time you came out, you tied. But why did you get a loss on your record? Was that a typo?
No, that was the second game. So we've played 3 league games so far in NISA. The first match we played was against the defending champions, Michigan Stars.
Right.
We tied them 1-1 here at in Savannah Memorial Stadium. The next week we played Gold Star Detroit and we lost 1-0 to them in that rainstorm that we had a couple of weeks ago. And then a few weeks after that, we got our first win versus Club de Leon in Daytona, a 2-1 win, come from behind win. Pretty thrilling, pretty exciting. We scored 2 goals in the last 15 minutes, I believe, to win that game. So that was a really, really big victory. First professional victory for the club. So really, really proud of that.
So what's your record? Is it 1-2-1? Is it 1-1-1? I mean, I look on the internet, there's so many different records out there.
Soccer is a little weird because, of course, we go by ties too. And sometimes the record is different in some places, but, the easiest thing to say is that we're 1-1-1.
There we go.
It all evens out right now. Yeah.
I like 1-1-1. Okay. So, all right. So you have off this weekend. Next up is next Saturday. Oh, first of all, I see your little scarf hanging in the back there. Your nice polo you got there, your Umbro polo. So if people wanted to buy, as they say now, merch, where could they get that for the Savannah Clovers?
Right. Yeah. Go to our website, savannahclovers.com. We have a live shop there. And also when you come to the games, we have a merchandise booth at the games as well. So you'll be able to get scarves. You'll be able to get T-shirts. You'll be able to get seat cushions at the game. So definitely come out, support the club. We really, really appreciate, the output from that community, that's been supporting us, not just this past year, but all the way going back to 2016. We've got some fans that have been fans from back then that are still with us. It was really fun.
Nice. All right, and playing at Memorial Stadium, we know the Savannah Falcons call it the nest. You guys probably call it your pitch. Tell us about playing Memorial Stadium. Brand new surface, brand new facility. How's that been working out?
Yeah. We've been playing at Memorial since it opened back in 2018, I believe. We were one of the first soccer games there. I think I could say that we scored the first soccer goal at that stadium, which is really, really cool. But yeah, we've been working really well with the county Parks and Rec department. They've been absolutely phenomenal with accommodating us. We have all our practices there. We can shift practices easily to Jennifer Ross if possible. Our home games are there. When fans come in, we want to have a very, very inviting atmosphere when they come in. And throughout the week, the county staff, they do an amazing job keeping the facility up to date, clean, and welcoming for not just us, but for the fans. So we're really, really happy about that. So yeah, our games at Memorial Stadium. Most of our kickoffs are on Saturdays at 7 p.m., just like this upcoming match on the 29th. We go up against Gold Star Detroit again. We lost to them 1-0. So hopefully we get a better result. Hopefully it's better weather out there. And the fans can enjoy, the first 3 points at home next Saturday.
And any community events? You said it's student night, right?
Yeah, so next week we have a player appearance meet and greet at Starling Yard on Thursday from 5:30 to 6:30. So fans, if you want to get a little early soccer action coming up before the match, you can definitely go out and meet some of the players at Starling Yard on Thursday. And then, of course, student night coming up on the 29th at Memorial Stadium, 7 p.m. If you have a student ID, bring your student ID to the ticket booth and you get $5 off your ticket.
Nice. And you got probably a lot of other things planned on during the summer. But Brian, it's been fun watching you grow with your group of people that have grown this from a pickup or a Sunday league team to professional. Keep up the great work. And I know my good buddy Kyle Lawson, he is always talking about the Savannah Shamrocks. So you also can, check it out on the internet because he's the play-by-play guy, right?
Yeah. So Kyle's been with us since almost the very beginning. And now he was our PA announcer back when we didn't have a booth to have a commentator. But now he's been our commentator since we moved to Memorial Stadium. So he's absolutely excited for the team, excited for what he's doing. And we're really, really happy to have him be, the voice of the Savannah Clovers.
All right. And last plug, remember, go to SavannahClovers.com. Is that the website?
SavannahClovers.com. That's right.
And you can get all you want. You can get merchandise, you can get tickets, you can find out the schedule, see what's going on. And once again, it's Savannah. It's, as they say, they want to keep it community-oriented. And what a better way to play here in Savannah and get everybody else in Savannah. You got a player from Savannah. Keep up the great work, and I'm glad you can come on. And April 29th, I'm going to try and sneak over there and check out your game with Detroit. But once again, appreciate you finding the time. And once again, it's always a pleasure, sir.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on, Carl. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Once again, he does a great job. I mean, he's been the force with his group of guys way back there in 2016. I would never imagine it would be grow to a professional soccer team in Savannah, Georgia, and it really has. I remember when I moved here. I don't know, Brian's still listening in the back room, but it used to be called the Savannah Rugrats. I mean, indoor soccer league. It was phenomenal. The kids loved it. The people loved it, but it just couldn't sustain, credibility. But, now that we got our real soccer team here and it's really big time soccer here in Savannah, Georgia, it's glad to see that they made it to that level, which was a dream to get to the professional level. And you never know where it's going to go from there. So once again, check out SavannahClovers.com. Next home game is April 29th, next Saturday, 7 o'clock. You got a meet and greet Thursday at Stalling Yards. You want to meet the players, meet the coaching staff, go check it out. And you're going to have a lot of fun. And, it's not just all about football, basketball, and baseball. There are other sports going on here strong. Like I said, Savannah Falcons started the show off. Savannah Clovers ended. And I'm glad I can promote those guys because it's our community. It's not just not baseball and baseball and hockey now. So check it out. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm glad you could join me. It's going strong. I got one more section to go. I got to finish 3 in the door. I got to finish college sports and professional sports, talk about the Clovers again. And then I got to go to my 3 out the door where I take the 3 videos I've seen on social media that have stood out to me in this week's videos, local kids who are at the next level. So you want to stay tuned and check it out. And, of course, my editorial, Carl's Corner, on what's going on in sports in this crazy world we live in. I'll be back in 3 minutes to finish out the show. It's 3 steps out the door on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102. in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're at 3 steps out the door. Once again, I thank you for joining me, whether it's for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes. I know you're not going to be here for what my producer would like to do, 2 hours every Saturday morning, but I'm closing in on 1 hour and 20, which is good for this old guy who's been laid up for 3 weeks. But it's always a lot of fun talking local sports. And don't let anybody ever tell you that there's no sports in Savannah, Georgia. I'll get to that later on because that's my editorial, all right, for this week. But anyway, appreciate all the guests coming on. Started off with Eddie Cheese Morgan, Beach Bulldog alum, who runs the Savannah Falcons semi-pro football team. Tonight up in Augusta, big game. It's the Elite American Football League game of the week. There's over 40 teams involved in this league, and they're legit. It's not like they fold every other week, okay? Then, of course, Luke Kromenhoek. I mean, I can't believe he was 7, 8 years old when I first had him on, way back when, having him on for the second time. Benedictine Military School, rising senior football quarterback, committed to FSU, cut off his recruiting process. He's sticking with the Seminoles. Great job. Great young man. Loved watching him grow. He's a linebacker in a quarterback's body. And he likes Josh Allen. I hope, so, but anyway, great interview there. And of course, Brian Sykes, the community executive officer out of the Savannah Clover, is talking about what the Clovers are doing in our community. And next home game is next Saturday, April 29th at Memorial Stadium. All right. So my videos, 3 steps out the door. Oh, sorry. I got to go back to 3 steps, 2 steps in the door. I forgot. I have 3 steps in the door, 3 steps out the door. I got to rearrange this because I can never get through my 3 steps in the door. College sports. Once again, Savannah State baseball, they're in 3rd place in the SEAC. They're taking on Clark Atlanta, up in Clark Atlanta, 3-game series. They won yesterday. They took the doubleheader 11-1, 11-1. They'll play today at 2 o'clock. Softball, the Lady Tigers are in 6th place. They're 6-16 overall, 5-13 in SEAC. They lost last night to Edward Waters. They play a doubleheader today at 1 o'clock. SCAD, the bowling team. I tried getting Katie Hutchison on. She's the coach. They won the NAIA championship 2 weeks ago. But now this week they're at the Intercollegiate Team Championships in Las Vegas. This is where everybody comes together. Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA. So they're out there in Las Vegas. I got to try and get an update where they stand. Once again, they are the NAIA national champions. Lacrosse, the women's lacrosse team at SCAD is hosting the Sun Conference tournament at Memorial Stadium. So you want to go watch some women's lacrosse. That's going on at 1 p.m. at Memorial Stadium. The men played in the Appalachian Athletic Conference Championship series. They got beat by Weber International 24-6 yesterday. Don't forget spring football. Not over. We had Georgia Tech, and Savannah State last week. One more time, the prettiest little stadium in the world in Statesboro. The Georgia Southern Eagles blue-white game is going on. And I think the new guy, Joey Lamar, I think it was WSAV. I don't know which news station I was watching, but they had Coach Helton come on and talk about how about a spring game against another college. I mean, that'd be pretty interesting. We got high school football teams doing that, maybe the college, but once again, up there at the pretty little stadium in Georgia, in the world, Paulson Stadium, coined by Irk Russell. Okay, we got the spring game today, the blue-white game. Check it out. That's what's going on. And okay, pros basketball. The Hawks held on to beat the Celtics. They're down 2-1 in that first round in the NBA series. Of course, Trae Young, 32 points. I thought they were going to blow it, but they held on to beat him. So the 7th-seeded Hawks taking on the 2nd-seeded Celtics play tomorrow night in the ATL at State Farm Arena at 7 p.m. Braves, 14-6, first place. Lost to the Astros last night, 6-4. They were up 4-1. Okay, I feel good. A.J. Minter's been solid, but, A.J. Minter gave up the home run to finish that game off last night. They'll play tonight in the ATL against the Astros. Kyle Wright is on the bump for the third time this season. He'll take on Framber Valdez. Okay, 1.8 ERA, pretty special. That's tonight. Sean Murphy, great acquisition, catcher. Okay, here's a little fact: he has 7 doubles, 4 home runs for the Braves. Okay, Ozzie Albies is 10 for 39 with 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 3 home runs over the last 10 games. These guys are hot. In the last 10 games, the Braves are 8-2, 250 batting average. 2.58 batting average, 2.9 ERA. Have outscored the opponents by 23 runs. So Braves tonight against the Astros, 7:20. PGA golf at the Heritage last week. I got to watch the Brian Harmon, Savannah Christian alum, Georgia University Bulldog. He was playing with the lead. After the first day, he was right up there. Second day, he dropped down, came back to 3rd and 4th round. Pretty impressive. He wound up finishing tied for 7th at 13 under. Champions Tour, they're back. Gene Sowers and Tim O'Neill are at the Invited Celebrity Classic in Irving, Texas. They're both tied for 64th at 3 over. Locally, Ghost Pirates are done. Finished 28-34, missed the playoffs. But big announcement on Tuesday, we're going to have an ice skating facility or an ice rink facility. I don't know what you want to call it, but we're going to have a hockey facility out in Port Wentworth. Supposed to be open by 2025. 90,000 square feet, 2 hockey rinks. Pretty impressive. And don't forget, we're going to have the East Coast Hockey League All-Star Game here next year at Enmarket Arena. Savannah Bananas. Thursday night. 201 sellouts. 201 sellouts. Last night, they took their stick up to Charleston, West Virginia. The Charleston, West Virginia Dirty Birds. Yes, I know it very well because my youngest son played there last year. They beat them in a challenge. This is the second Banana Bowl challenge. They beat them 4-2. So pretty impressive. Thursday night, I'm telling you right now, the party animals have the bananas, have the bananas number. The party animals are 12-8-2. Bananas then are 8-12-2 in that the World Banana Tour. Okay, but when you put them together in Banana Bowl, when they take on challenges, they're 2-0. They beat the Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association first. Now they beat the Charleston, West Virginia Dirty Birds last night. So next time they're back in Savannah is next Wednesday. Sold out. Okay, I got to get the voice back here. So they'll be home next Wednesday night, and then they take Banana Bowl to Tampa Bay. That's right. They're going to go to Tampa Bay, Florida. They're going to play at the New York Yankees Single A affiliate. So you got to go check it out. George Steinbrenner Field, and I think both nights are sold out too. Remember, Savannah Falcons tonight, 5-1. They take on the Northeast Georgia Wolverines up in Augusta. Then the Savannah Clovers will be home next week. Their record is 1-1-1. Okay, at Memorial Stadium. It's student night. Okay, first of all, that wraps up 3 steps in the door. Now 3 steps out the door. Let's go to the video. Okay, these young men were stars, are still stars here in Savannah, Georgia. Of course, the player all the way over to the left is Malik Benlevy played at Jenkins High School. Just to give you a rundown on Mr. Benlevy, he played at Georgia State when they had that great run in the NCAA. He's been playing in different leagues. He's playing in the Canadian Basketball League. But his highlight film came up last night. Came up during the week, not last night. So let me show you Malik Benlevy, Jenkins High School Warrior, Georgia State Panther, playing in the Canadian Basketball League. Okay, there's no sound, but they had him going to the hole. Okay, BC Nokia drains a pull-up fadeaway jumper. A little SWAT magic on defense, going to the hole, bump, fade away again. So he's playing in the Canadian Basketball League, Malik Benlevy. So I'm trying to find out where my information is. I had all my information on him. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here we go. So Malik Benlevy, okay. Like I said, graduated Georgia State University in 19, went to Jenkins High School, helped them win a championship. Okay, he is now playing with BC Nokia. Okay, he's averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds, 1.5 assists. This is what he did last year. The season starts in May. Okay, but he's also played with the Iowa Wolves of the NBA G League. He's played with the Salt Lake City Stars of the NBA G League. He's also played with Santa Cruz of the Euro Basketball Summer League, and then he played in the Mexican League. So that's Malik Benlevy. Okay, Jenkins High School 2015 graduate. Okay, and then, of course, finished out his college career at Georgia State. All right, so that's Malik. Just impressed on what that kid's doing. Now, if you have been watching college baseball, okay, we got 2 brothers out of Richmond Hill that have been unbelievable. Okay, one is definitely being used as a pitcher out of the bullpen for Georgia. Okay. And that's, of course, Leighton Finley, who also played with the Savannah Bananas. Okay, but he had a big save the other night. So here we go. Leighton Finley out of the University of Georgia coming in, and I think it's against Arkansas, who's like 4th or 5th in the country.
Tension on a Thursday night in the SEC. Gonzalez through the sides. Here's a pitch. Strike 3, swinging. Leighton Finley. Punch out, punch out, punch out. Wow. That's how you get out of a jam right there. From a meltdown to a hard freeze.
And, of course, that's courtesy of UGA baseball. So Finley on the year, I know his ERA is a little high, 5.40. His whip's 1.25. That's how many people get on base when he's pitching. He's 2-0 with a record. He's appeared in 13 games. He has 3 saves. In 21 innings, he has struck out 26 batters and has only walked 6. That's Leighton Finley. That's the gentleman all the way over to the right. Now, his brother, okay, is Jackson Finley. He's at Georgia Tech. He's hit 13 home runs this year. This the other night against Georgia State. Watch this bomb by Jackson Finley. 13th home run of the year for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Lutz works to Finley. Oh, boy. Forget about it.
Forget about it. I got to love that. Forget about it.
Good heavens. 3-0 Georgia Tech. No telling where that ball landed, Roddy.
It's on its way back down here to Savannah, Georgia. So Jackson Finley on the year, Georgia Tech, redshirt sophomore, 328 batting average, okay, 41 hits and 125 bats. Out of those 41 hits, he has 13 doubles, 13 home runs. He's got a slugging percentage of 744, okay? I mean, unbelievable. The Finley brothers, one at Georgia, one at Georgia Tech. You got to love it. And where are they from? Richmond Hill High School. They're building the hill, whether it's football, basketball, or baseball at Richmond Hill. So those are my 3 videos of the week. All right, let's go to Carl's Corner. Okay. My editorial. People, there are sports here in Savannah, Georgia. might not have MLB, we might not have the NBA, we might not have the NHL, but we got a lot of sports going on here, from the youth leagues all the way to the professionals, semi-professionals, college. You got it right here in Savannah, Georgia. And this has always been a burning point that I mean, I've been sitting around for 3 weeks. I've been laid up. And all I've been doing is watching sports. I'm tired of watching ESPN. I'm tired of hearing about the NBA. I'm tired of hearing about the NHL. I'm tired of hearing about Major League Baseball. I mean, I love watching PGA golf. Okay, I'll tell you that. I love PGA golf. And the golf is a big thing around here. We just got done with the Heritage. We had the Corn Ferry Tour. Okay, so there's so much here that's related to sports. But when you watch national TV, it's all NBA. It's all NHL. It's all MLB. It's all college football. I love the local stuff. I really do. And that's why the Prep Sports Report is all about the youth leagues, the high school sports. Go to the website, prepsportsreport.com. Check it out. Posted a good article by Nathan Dominus this morning about Elijah Griffin, #1 recruit here in Savannah, Georgia. #1 recruit. Where does he go? Savannah Christian. So there's a lot going on. I mean, so check it out. Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. There are sports here for you to follow. It doesn't have to be professional sports. There are other things that to talk about: the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, college football all the time. There's more to it. Check it out. It's there. So Carl's Corner, enjoy all sports. And especially, there are a lot of sports here in the good old SAV, the good old 912, and the Seaport. All right, that wraps the show up, but I can't go without helping my sponsor out here. This is what we got going in the Sound Garden. Okay, tonight we have a celebration of the Allman Brothers Band, Whipping Post, Statesboro Blues, Sweet Melissa. I wish I could be there, but I'm not going to be able to be there because I'm stuck in a chair with my leg raised for another 4 days. Okay, next weekend, Back in Black, AC/DC. Okay, then May 6th, we have the Thomas Claxton and the Myth Band. Then on May 12th, we have La Rue. And then on May 20th, we have that soft, easygoing music, 80s, 90s music of the Yacht Club. So there you go. That's what's happening on the Sound Garden stage at Coach's Corner. Not the coach. Hopefully, maybe next week I can get back there. So, but that's what you got going on in the Sound Garden next week. All right, to finish out my comments, that's right, you couldn't make a comment to the coach. Okay, first of all, I got to say, where is he? Where is he? The man himself, the man that runs or has a plethora of knowledge about NASCAR, the host of our Wednesday night live show, Rubbin' and Grubbin', Brandon Bain. Always great to see you, Brandon. Good morning. Glad to see that I'm back. I'm glad I'm seeing him back. And once again, you and Lawrence Bennett do a great job with that NASCAR show. Then, of course, we scroll down, and I got to thank my good buddy, Kevin Brown. Coach, looking good. Hope you're healing well. I'm trying there, buddy. I'm trying. So, Kevin Brown, thank you for checking in. Chip Chambers checking in on the show. Glad to see you back. Thanks, Chip. Thanks for checking in. And, of course, the man himself, behind the scene, Lawrence Bennett, my producer. Great show. Coach DeMasi, you the man. Thanks for all you do for local sports and athletes. It's always a lot of fun talking about, local sports here in Savannah, Georgia. Got a question that just popped up. Maybe Chip can tell me something. What's going on with Azuna? I don't know. Did he do something stupid last night again, like driving under the influence? Good question there, Chip. Did I miss something? So throw it in the comment box. Did Azuno do something? I'm checking out here now, trust the internet. Oh, he didn't do anything yet. You got me worried there, buddy. I thought I might have missed something. Like he did something yet. Yeah, I mean, he's consistent. He fits the pieces there for the Atlanta Braves. I thought maybe he did something again like last year. So once again, way to keep me on my toes there, Mr. Chambers. So anyway, it's been a great show. I hit the 1 hour and 35 minute mark. Lawrence Bennett, appreciate you keep me on track there in the background. But once again, it's always fun being back here, and I can't wait to get back to the Sound Garden. I'll find out Monday whether I can get into a brace where I can start walking regularly. But it's always a pleasure. And as I say every week, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, Monday, get out there before the rain comes in. Always hit it at the park. And until I talk to you next week, may it be your best week ever. I'm getting better. I'm back in the saddle again. And it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Peace out, people. Thanks for tuning in.